Look at these people. All right, come on. Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. I'm not quite sure what to do. Did we run the
Emotional, damn it!
Astronomer CEO, after so many scandalous things in the past, has been caught going places that he should not be going with a person that he should not be going with. And of course, we're gonna unpack everything. Welcome to my channel, where the only thing that matters is my opinion.
An update on the Coldplay concert affair. This is Andy Byron, the CEO of the data company Astronomer, and Kristen Cabot, the chief people officer of the same company. Yep, they're both married, not to each other, but it gets worse. Sitting directly next to them was Alyssa Stoddard, senior director of people at Astronomer, a newer hire who just got promoted. And based on her reaction, it was obvious that this was not a spontaneous, innocent outing. One thing is clear, the entire company might have known something was up. One user even wrote, "That's gonna be one awkward board meeting, if not a couple divorces too."
So of course, when the famous line was created that said, "Do not shit where you eat," it turns out that the people that came up with that had a very good reason for saying such a thing. And also, it turns out that this man, the CEO, is a very terrible boss. Because not only has this ruined his marriage or ruined his reputation that already was on shaky grounds to begin with, there are reports coming out saying that the CEO is a terrible boss and he uses his power and position to bully people and oppress his employees.
Stop it. Get some help.
Claims are being made that he lashes out with his employees when they disagree with him, threatening to fire them. And you know, when it comes to firing people, they need to take care of themselves. They need to take care of their family. So of course, all these things will make sense as we proceed. Why would somebody even do these type of things in the first place?
As for Andy's actual wife, she's moving swiftly. She's already removed his last name from her social profiles, deleted all their photos together, and gone completely silent, while her comments are flooded with messages of heartbreak and support. One of the top comments reads, "SIS, lawyer up. You deserve so much better." Meanwhile, Kristen's been wiped from Astronomer's Up About Us page in what some are calling a quiet internal response to the firestorm. It's unclear if Andy will follow, but this level of viral attention may force action. What Coldplay thought was just a cute fan cam moment has turned into a full-on HR disaster with 20M plus views, a potential divorce, and an entire tech company dragged into public scandal.
If you are gonna cheat, or if you're gonna cheat publicly, why would you do it in the place where you're most likely to get caught? And frankly, the chances of being caught at a Coldplay concert is already very slim, which means that the forces of this world want to make sure that your wife sees exactly what you're doing when you're not home.
It is a curse.
He had to come out and make a public statement. And the public statement is meant to apologize or make things better, but it actually turned out and made things worse. Wait for a second, I gotta ask a question. Have y'all subscribed to this channel yet? I know you are enjoying this video, so make sure you subscribe so we can fly. Back to the video.
Chris Martin, by the way, is one messy man, because why would he put them on camera and keep talking? That's neither here nor there. It seems like good old boy Andy Byron has released a statement and he's trying to blame the cameraman and Chris Martin, aka Coldplay, for his private moment becoming public. What was supposed to be a night of music joy turned into a deeply personal mistake, playing out on a very public stage. I want to sincerely apologize to my wife, my family, and the team at Astronomer. You deserve better from me as a partner, a father, and as a leader. I also want to express how troubling it is what should have been a private moment became public without my consent. I respect artists and entertainers, but I hope we can all think more deeply about the impact of turning someone else's life into a spectacle. Andy, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this, my guy. You took your employee to a public concert in a box where they usually put people on cameras. Very, very public.
First of all, how do you put yourself in a situation that you're not supposed to be in? And frankly, if somebody is doing this publicly, it is safe to say that this is not the first time that is being done. First time somebody does something that is not good, they try to hide it, or at least they keep it behind closed doors. To do this publicly with your coworker and another employee seated by your right and by your left, it means that you have a certain disregard for your family or for your spouse. So frankly, his statements make sense. You blame a cameraman, you blame people for showing you, assuming that that's your wife or your partner, and you react in a certain way that deems a response, that deems questioning.
And you can't stay off the weed.
There are those that are indeed camera shy. But if you're camera shy, you do not act like this. You act like this when you know that you have something to hide. You act like this when you're trying to run away from your own shadow. And quite frankly, you cannot run away from your own shadow, because your shadow reflects the person that you are and reflects the shape that you are made in. So blaming everybody but yourself and expecting people to understand and to sympathize with you that you are only a guest at a concert that you chose to go for, that you paid to go for, and you chose to be cuddling up with somebody that wasn't even your spouse, your coworker, might I add, not even somebody that has no ties to you or to your workplace. So now you've ruined your job, your source of living, your workplace. People may not respect you in your workplace anymore, and now your own family and children will live to see the day where you cheated on your mother in public and released an official statement blaming people for exposing you for what you did wrong.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
But if you never did anything wrong in the first place, we would not be in this situation. So after the backlash, of course, there are people that say that this is not a big deal. It's normal for rich, high-value men to cheat. They have to come out with a fake statement, actually apologizing and saying that he is indeed wrong for his actions, simply to save his ass. So what does this all have to say about him? This is my point.
Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
If it takes this amount of effort, if it takes this amount of stress and enabling to make you see that whatever you did was wrong, can you imagine what it is to be in an intimate space with this man? Can you imagine what it is to be a family member with this man? Can you imagine the level of gaslighting that will be involved in this man's relationship? Why is it so unbelievable? Why can I not believe that you actually bullied people in your workplace? Why can I not believe that this is somebody that will stab you in the back for his own personal and selfish gains? Why can I not believe any one of that? Because we can all do something wrong. Anybody can be caught doing something wrong. But when you try to justify it and blame other people for your mistakes, is when there's a red flag that needs to be shining bright, and everybody needs to see that. You cannot set a trap for yourself and then be upset and be angry at the same trap that did its job and caught you. In this case, exposed you. So the right thing to do is to go home, repair your family. I don't know what you're going to do about your workplace, because even the lady too that he was with is married and her family is going to be messed up. It just lets you know it takes two people to cheat. One person cannot cheat unless the other person is already cheating on their own spouse. And it just shows you the type of world that we're in. Because even though he's the CEO and he does take majority of the blame because he's the leader, two families have been affected. Two families have been broken. And unfortunately, that's just what comes with putting your business out there in the world with no regard or respect for the people that it might affect. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you like, and make sure you share.